I haven't given one thought to what I look like. I'm like, okay, now I'm on this show now.
You look like you.
Oh, good, perfect. That's what I wanted to look like.
Hi, I'm Erin Tracy, and I have a crush on creative people. Hi, everybody. My guest today is Mike Falzone.
Hello.
He makes all kinds of things. He has a podcast. He's a YouTuber. He's a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. So you're making all the time.
Yes. Thank you for asking me to do this. Parking was easy.
Oh, good. Did they have your name?
They did.
Okay, good.
Here was the levels of security you have here.
Yeah.
I drove in and I was like, I'm doing something at the building. And she said that you would have my name. And he goes, Mike? I said, yes. He goes, Mike? Like he didn't believe me the first time. And I said, yes, sir. He goes, all right, we got to stop. No last name, no nothing.
I always go down there and I'm like, I'm paying for somebody named Mike Falzone, or I like say the name and then they're like, what car do they drive? I don't know.
Shitty one,
they're
probably?
going to say their name.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but what car do they drive? I'm like, can I just write down the name of the person maybe? And then they're like, okay.
That is maybe a good travel hack if you're bringing your family to the Hollywood Boulevard. Just park in one of the surrounding spots and be like, I'm filming something. They said that it was all taken care of. And then they'll ask you if you're that person, and then you say yes.
That would have only worked today. And if their name was Mike.
I took it.
I love it.
I took it, sorry.
So but you make things all the time.
Yes.
Is there anything that's like, anything that you keep sacred, that you keep separate from the things that you're making, or is like everything in your life in play?
Maybe not everything. I mean, I have a wife and I like her a lot, but we have a podcast together that we're pretty open and honest about. You know, we have things that are just our things, as any couple should, but also like I'm a comedian, so I'm always talking about my life and talking about my personal experience as to not have like mirror material with other people.
Yeah.
There probably is some sacred stuff, but most of it's like already being talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you generate that much material?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Is it just about like setting the deadline? Is it like...
Yeah, what's cool about the whole YouTube thing is, as soon as I knew I wanted to do it on a regular basis, it's like you give yourself a deadline and then you kind of like purposely live life so you have something to talk about. It's no different than stand-up. If you want to do stand-up every night, you got to go out and you have to live a life worth talking about.
Yeah.
That is just a nice exercise to keep writing and to keep making stuff and to keep your brain sharp. And
Yeah.
it's also just a cool job to have. I worked for other people for so long that, you know, I know my parents instilled a pretty good work ethic in me. So if I want to keep having this job where I'm the boss,
Yeah.
I have to like be on myself to keep making stuff.
Do you think though that like, I don't know, are there times where you feel like since you're always thinking about the things that are happening to you, like it feels exhausting?
Yeah, sometimes. And then I think when I'm the most happiest is when I'm not necessarily worried about how good something is gonna do. Because then you're just making stuff to make stuff. You said something in the intro that I kind of cringe at all the time, but people don't know any better. People don't know unless you tell them. But
Okay.
I hate being called a YouTuber
Okay.
because I was doing the YouTube stuff before a YouTuber was a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, calling yourself an artist also feels like impostery and cringy sometimes too, but that is what it is.
Yeah.
I was just being an artist for a long time, and you put something on the internet or you make something and hope that people like it, and now like being a YouTuber is a thing.
Would you say that a YouTuber is not an artist?
Not necessarily. I mean, everybody's so different. You know, it's not like everybody makes the same thing, but there are a group of people who do make the exact same thing. And that I like less, but it doesn't mean other people don't like it.
You love crowd work.
It's my favorite.
Tell me why.
I think a lot of it comes from being a musician for so long. There were times in my life where I played over 200 shows a year to like no one in the corner of a deli or a bookstore or a cafe or something.
Yeah.
And so to keep people interested, you talk to them, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, you're done with your coffee, but could I get you to stay after you're done with your stuff and listen to my music?
Yeah.
So I would talk to them and try to crack jokes. And so I've just kind of been doing crowd work for like at least 15 years, at least. And it's my favorite because I have the utmost respect for people who have every word of their set, like everything is meticulously placed. That's an art in itself. That's a beautiful puzzle that you're always working to change and fix.
Well, if you're like me too, I'm like, no, audience participation. I have to pay attention when they start to talk to me.
Like I'm basically reading right now. Yeah, I get that. But I think the crowd work stuff immediately puts people into the mindset of like, this is only happening here. And I'm so lucky to be a part of this with this group of people because it's not going to be the same tomorrow night.
I think though it's so fun to watch you do it because it seems like yours is coming from a place of genuinely liking people.
Oh yeah, dude. If you're going to like pay any ticket price to come sit in a room with me for an hour, like I'm going to make sure everybody has a good time.
Yeah.
And I try to meet everybody afterwards, and that's another part of it, to just like show appreciation and stuff, because it's so hard. There's so many people who want to do what we do, and while you're here, you might as well show everyone how happy you are to be here.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's unique to you though in a lot of ways. Yeah. Just how you express it and how like you've seen other people do crowd work, and it's coming from different places, I think, in different people, right? Like it reveals a lot about how the comedian connects to other people in general.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that yours is from a very specific place of like enjoying other humans.
Yeah, thank you very much for saying that.
Yeah.
But I just like you're doing such a fun thing.
Yeah.
The best advice, I remember when I first moved here and I was really nervous about hosting, and the best advice I ever got was if you're having a good time, it gives everybody else permission to have a good time. And I never forgot, I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's such like a nerve-wracking, you show up to a comedy club and you're like, is this person gonna do good or bad, or how many drinks do I have to buy? Why is it cold in here? Why are there bricks all over the place? And like, if you're just like watching people have fun, you're like, oh, this is like, that's why I came here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do you watch YouTube?
Not so much.
Yeah.
Really. I like helpful things. If someone's gonna teach me how to use a camera or something in a very like interesting way, or if there's something I'm really nerdy about that people have in-depth conversations about, I really like that.
What are things you're nerdy about?
Oh, dude, I'm super nerdy about wrestling.
Oh, you are?
I have so much of
like real
my
wrestling,
head.
not real. I'm sorry, like the WWE.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
I love the You know, like The Rock. Before I watched with my Catholic grandma growing up when it was like Jake the Snake and like Hulk Hogan and all those, and we loved it. And then I had a renaissance with it when The Rock was champ.
Sure.
Because he was like my high school.
Yeah, everyone loves The Rock. He's I got to work with him very briefly. Yeah, I got to.
Stop.
I had a show on his YouTube channel for a while.
No.
Yeah, I was this wrestler called Wrestlin' Fred, who was just like this failure, and he never won anything. That was his shtick. He was like this really tragic character, and they liked it so much that I got to do a couple episodes of it on his channel, and that was awesome. But I met him once, and it's like a friendly wall.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a parade float. He's like gigantic and awesome, and like took time to meet everyone, even though his people were like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
So he's like exactly like you would hope that he is. It's what they look for. It's like all the guys want to be the guy, and then all the girls want to be with the guy.
Yeah.
And that's what they look for.
They did a good job.
Yeah, dude.
So you watch those videos?
Yes.
About how to wrestle? Are you like learning techniques?
No, I like listening to people talk about and say the inside stories and behind the scenes of when I used to watch when I was a kid.
Who was your favorite?
Oh, I have a hard time.
You have to
about
pick
that.
one.
Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's very real, but it also feels disingenuous because that knowing what I know about it now, I liked exactly who they wanted me to like.
Yeah.
You know, but
it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
What is like when you do watch YouTube, what's your targeted marketing that you get?
Oh man, like what ads pop up?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be able to tell you.
Really?
I hit the skip button so fast. Why? What are yours? Do you know?
Yeah, well, I get like a lot of shoes.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of very basic bitch sort of thing. You know what I mean? I get like a lot of shoes, a lot of like
wine ads.
no, not
Boston
booze as
wine
much.
ads.
Like deodorant ads and like cream.
What a basic bitch thing to want to smell nice. Gross.
Gross. They knew I would get a dog before I got a dog. That was the only kind of creepy
right?
thing. Yeah.
They sell ads for dogs?
Yeah.
What?
Like, Chewy and like
Oh, sure.
all the
dog
things
toys.
you can buy. And I was like, I don't have a dog. Why are they? And they knew.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
It's only a
she
matter
likes
of
shoes
time.
and wine.
Yeah.
Does she have a dog yet?
No, she's gonna get one.
Yeah.
You know what she'll need? Deodorant. She'll be walking that dog.
What'd you name your dog?
Poppy.
Poppy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's tough because, and I don't know, Poppy like a flower.
Okay. Not Poppy like.
Because everyone thinks it's that way.
Yeah. I named my dog Zaddy. With a Z.
It's so bad.
Poppy's a cool chick name.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh, he's so cute. What's his name? And then I feel embarrassed to correct them.
Yeah, that's
and
a
be
whole
like,
conversation.
her name.
Yeah.
So then I just say Poppy, but then they think it's like, hey,
Yeah,
Poppy.
yeah.
Like, I don't have enough street cred to name my dog.
Yeah, or that kind of relationship with a dog.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
So
no, she wears the
Yeah,
leash.
yeah. But then it's like the only thing whiter than being like, this is my dog Poppy, is being like, her name is Poppy with a Y.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, talk to me about the bleep button on YouTube.
The bleep button?
Yeah, I feel like I often hear YouTubers be like, you can't cuss.
Yeah, it you right up with the algorithm. I like the bleep button because I think the bleep sound is funnier. A well-timed bleep is funnier than a swear, almost always. And swears should be used seldomly for impact. Like if somebody's swearing too much, I'm kind of put off by that.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's so many other words you could have used. And then when you drop in like a F or you drop in like a picture another swear that you could drop in. When you do it like strategically, that's awesome.
Where would you take me on a creative date?
Oh, a creative date? What are the ways in which it differs from a regular date?
It's
like you're not trying to get laid afterwards.
No.
So that has nothing to do with it.
Hey. I know you're married.
Right.
No.
My wife absolutely has to love you for that time.
Yeah. But no, like where I imagine a creative date is like the places you would go to get inspired to make something,
Dude,
or a place where you go make something.
I love driving.
Yeah.
Ever since I had my license, I would just like go drive.
Yeah.
It sounds so soft, but I would go like try to find sunsets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like there's so many.
soft.
It does
Who
sound very
says
soft.
that?
I can't create unless I start actively looking at a sunset. That's a good soft date
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
Go drive.
We're gonna
until you
drive to see the sunsets.
Yeah, you get in the car at noon and then you drive until you see a sunset.
I like it.
Yeah.
When was the last time you danced?
Like how? Like, cause I'm happy, cause I have to pee?
Anyway, no emergency dancing, like joyful dancing.
Yo, sometimes when I'm at my house, I'll just start dancing because everything is like going good.
Yeah.
I'll dance so hard that I'll like make myself laugh a lot. Just to, like, you ever dance to see if you can move a certain way by yourself? I think everyone does that, no matter what. So I guess recently, in my mind, I'm like, I don't dance. And then in practice, I'm like, oh, all the time.
All the time.
All the time and recently.
Would you dance with me?
No. Come on, man.
Get out.
I get it. Sorry.
No, I've just been waiting for who would say no. You're the first one. I don't like to get turned down.
Sorry, dude.
If you could lead a revolution,
Oh, God.
what
I'm
would
not
it
the
be
guy.
called?
I'm not the guy.
What would it be called? I'm not the guy revolution.
Yeah.
I think people would follow you, that's the funny thing about
That's
that.
no good.
Why aren't you the guy?
I'm not I don't know, man. It's hard enough to find a good life for yourself. I don't need to impose anything on anybody else. Everyone's, because who am I to be like, don't do this and do this and be like me?
Yeah.
You know? I don't want that for anyone. That's also what makes people interesting, is that they're very different.
Yeah.
That's my revolution. Everyone come with me and be different.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have a crush on someone creatively? Who's your creative crush?
How do you define a creative crush?
Somebody else that makes something that you're interested in them, you're interested in how they approach making their work, you're inspired by them.
Maybe somebody like Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Because he came from the exact same space. I felt like he understood himself way earlier than any human being I've ever had any kind of interaction with did. Because he immediately wanted more all the time.
Yeah.
And he saw past a lot of things that people still can't see past, who are like in it.
Yeah.
You know? Dean Del Rey is also another. The
yeah.
older I get, Dean Del Rey is a really good role model to have.
Okay.
He has an unbelievable work ethic and
like a good human.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a piece of I love all the people who prove that you don't have to be a piece of to get exactly what you want and to live your life a certain way.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's part of this show too,
Yeah.
is invite people
To not be a piece of
who aren't.
Yeah. Or
know
if you
what I
are,
mean? To
change yourself.
Yeah. That's the second season.
Yeah. Welcome back to Change Yourself.
Boot camp.
Yeah.
I make
You
them
only
fall
invite
in love
people.
with me. and then
you
I
change
change them.
Yeah, perfect.
Very skilled at that,
Perfect.
actually.
Yeah. Be really good at sex and then people will change for you.
But also, yes. All right, that's
Yeah.
the show.
Oh, great.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, now you say that's Creative Crush with Erin Tracy.
Okay.
All the outro stuff you say for a YouTube video.
Okay. Hey, everyone, that's Creative Crush with Erin Tracy. And you've been watching it. And how do you feel now? Go ahead and answer in the comments below. Like and subscribe. And do the bell thing, because else it's going to get buried. And tell 6 friends about it. Do you have 6 friends? No? That sounds like a you problem. Creative Crush.
Thank you.
Of course. Good.
Now you can say whatever is going to make you get canceled.
Hey, guess what I think of this group of people?
Thank you for watching this episode of Creative Crush with Erin Tracy. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell thing. Follow us on all the social media channels so that we can make this relationship a mutual love affair.